Hello and welcome back to Hannah's Inner Healing channel, the channel dedicated to your inner healing and mental health. My name is Hannah Njeri. I have a master's in theology, I have a degree in sociology and politics, and I have a certificate in psychology and trauma counseling. So today I want to talk about characteristics of a narcissistic wife. I've talked about narcissism in my previous videos, but just a recap of who a narcissist is. A narcissist is someone who is not afraid to exploit, is not afraid to, who has no empathy, and is also not afraid to hurt other people. A narcissist is someone who has no self. They were wounded or they grew up and they never discovered who they are. So because the narcissist has no self, it's hard for them to form even intimate connections with other people. So today I just want to dive in and start with the number one characteristic of a narcissistic wife is you find they are very dominating and controlling, that it's either their way or the highway. So they need to keep controlling or dominating their husband or their spouse or their partners so that they can feel in control of the relationship. So it will always be no dialogue, but they want their way. They want things done their way. They want outcomes to come their way. So they're very controlling and domineering. Another thing also you'll find when you're living with a narcissist is they're very possessive. A narcissistic wife is very possessive in a way that they will be always wanting to have you by their side. They don't want other people. They can separate you from family and friends because of their possessiveness. So you'll notice when you have a narcissistic wife, they'll be very possessive, they'll be very controlling, and they will also not want you to be around your family or people around you that are support system. So once they disconnect you from your support system, then they are able to now manipulate you and isolate you and destroy you. Another thing is that there's high surveillance. In a relationship, there's no trust. So you find that they want to keep tracking you, or surveilling you, surveilling your phone, surveilling to see who is talking to you, because of the insecurity in them. So they'll keep surveilling you, high level of surveillance. You're not free in this relationship. You're always being watched. You feel like you're just being watched all the time as a man. And then also another thing is unstable, erratic moods. You find that the moods vary, so you don't know what moods you're going to find them in. And another thing closely connected to this point is they are very argumentative and quarrelsome. So they will always create even petty. Narcissistic wives are very petty. So they will create even petty reasons to argue. You can even be arguing over the most minor and petty issues in the house. So they are also very argumentative. Then you will also find they're addicted to social media because they want supply. A narcissist wants supply. So they want people to keep liking their photos. They want people to keep applauding them, to keep, just giving them compliments because they are not able to self-regulate or they are not able to affirm themselves. So they need affirmation from external affirmation and validation. And then in the case of a sexual narcissist, and I'll explain who a sexual narcissist is in my next video, you'll find that they will want to dominate in the sexual intimacy, or they will demand sexual intimacy at any time, and they will demand it to be given to them because they feel they own you. You're an object to them. So they will feel that's the only way they'll feel dominating you. And also they want to dominate you sexually because to make up for the lack of sexual intimacy that they give you. So closely connected again to that point is you'll be feeling alone in that relationship. You'll be lonely because narcissists are not able to connect intimately with other people. So you will feel alone, you will feel isolated, and your work will just be to fulfill their needs and demands and their whims and their tantrums. Another thing connected to that is manipulation. You'll be manipulated here and there to do things. Sometimes they're not straightforward. They want to manipulate you, to tell you things, to hide things from you in order to control you as a man. Another thing, you'll find they love material things, material gains, and they can even use seduction to get those things. Another thing is they are evil conscious. They are always thinking evil. What are you cheating on me? So they're always imagining, because as before I started this video, I should have mentioned that narcissism has been classified as a mental condition, but it's more of a spiritual condition. So the spirits involved are Jezebel, Leviathan, and other spirits. So you find that they are always thinking evil of people. They are thinking you're cheating on them. They are thinking people are plotting evil for them. It's like insanity in itself. They don't have proof, but they just believe in their delusions. So they are full of evil delusions. And then there's also their self-absorbed. It's all about them. They can even use children to manipulate you. It's all to meet their needs. It's all about their needs met, their desires met, or it will be chaos in the house. Or they will also throw tantrums because the maturity level, the emotional maturity level of a narcissist is usually like a 4-year-old. So they can throw tantrums anywhere, even in public places. They don't have emotional intelligence. And then also they are clingy because they don't, the insecurity deeply embedded in the narcissist. Narcissists are very insecure because they have no self. So they are very insecure. So this person will be clingy to you. It's like possessive. So you'll always, the man will always feel it's a burden to be with this person, but they just have to keep being with them. And then they blame shift a lot. If they are wrong, they will find a way to connive you to feel like you're the one who is wrong. So they will always manipulate situation to look like they're the ones who are victims in circumstances, in any argument. They'll always want to appear like the victim. And they will also overtalk you in an argument, so you are not able even to speak sometimes. And then there is no emotional intimacy, which leaves you lonely, like I mentioned. And then they are very jealous, insecure people. They are gossipers, they are rumor mongers. They are people who they are envious of other people because they are insecure about themselves. They also gaslight a lot, whereby they cause you to doubt your reality. Maybe you said something, or they said something, and it's manipulated, and then you feel like, did I really say that? Or if you tell them, to try to keep them accountable, and you say you said this, they turn the situation around. Gaslighting means to invalidate your experiences, invalidate your reality. So you feel like you're going crazy with such people. And then also they will belittle, they will cause you to feel low about yourself. They will always find ways to make you feel low about yourself. And if it's the covert narcissist, they do it in a very subtle way. They'll say, oh, congratulations, you got the job, but other men have better jobs than you. You know, subtle ways to belittle you. And then also you'll find they are unstable. Because they're unstable emotionally, they are not able to sustain stable work relationship. They are not able to sustain stable friendships or social relationships. They are not even able to have even, close friendships. They'll keep falling out with people because of their nature and character of who they are. They also, a narcissist, most narcissists are given to go to witchcraft because of the control factor. Because they want to control and dominate, they will also go to an extent of looking for even occultic powers. If it means that they will be able to dominate you even using the occultic power, they are ready to do that. And another thing also you find with narcissists is they rarely end well. A narcissist end is very drastic and it's painful. Most of them end up lonely, or they end up not having maybe achieved in life. Because another thing also is they can be very high achievers because they like to compete, but they can also be people who don't want to work. They can want to rely, heavily depend on others. So if you find the ones that are high achievers, they will go out their lengths to fight, to belittle, to step down on anybody to reach their goal. And if you find those who don't like to work, they will depend and suck the life of their husbands out and make sure that they suck him dry. So if you have dealt or are dealing with a narcissist, it's very hard to fulfill purpose or to fulfill your destiny with a narcissist. They cannot be partners who grow you. They will only be people who will destroy you because of the demons in this person. And if they can also be violent, I forgot to mention that some women are very violent and they can be the ones who want to beat you, but when they go to the police, they say it's you who beat them. So with such kind of a person, it's hard to even call them a life partner. And that's why you find sometimes men go out of their marriage to cheat, and I'm not advocating for cheating, but sometimes men cheat or go out of their marriage because of such kind of women in their lives. So and it's hard for you to know these people, because when you meet them, unless you pray God for discernment, they can mirror you in the love bombing stage. As they are mirroring you, you'll be thinking, this is my perfect partner, but they are just mirroring you. But because they have no self, they have no identity. So they'll either be copying you or copying someone in the social media, but they don't have an identity of their own. And such a person is dangerous because of the insecurity. They can even end up murdering their partner because they are so possessed with them. So they'll be like, if it's not me having you, you'd rather die. So it's a dangerous thing to date a narcissist. And if you feel like you're in a relationship which is too toxic, please leave. You don't have to show people that you're married. Please leave, because as much as God hates divorce, He also hates abuse. He also hates it when people are abused that they cannot fulfill their calling. So, thank you so much for watching. In the next video, I want to talk about the sexual narcissist. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Thank you.